I'm gonna show you guys everything that you need to shoot natural light photography on the Sony a7S III. You know what I'm saying? You go to auto mode, you use it as a cheat sheet, and then you copy and paste it into manual mode, and now you can move and shift from there. So for example, what you wanna do is you wanna use the hand method, man. So for the hand method, you put your hand out as far as you can, extend it in front of you, just like this, right? And you wanna turn 360 degrees. You gotta look at your hand to find out where perfect lighting is. As of right now, the lighting is misted and it's diffused because there's clouds. What is up, you guys, man? It's your boy Taxi PNG. Back at it again. We got another one, man. Today we are here with my boy Fabio, man. What is your Instagram?
Hey man, that boy Fab on the gram, DATBOIFAB.
I'm gonna put it right here above his head, and as well as a link down below, man. Today we're shooting on the Sony a7S III. I got my Sigma Art 24-70 Digi 2.8 lens here, and we're about to get right into it, man. Today we're gonna be shooting some natural light photos. As you can see on the camera, it continues to change the lighting. It's going dark, it's going bright, it's going dark, it's going bright. This is because this camera, that's my behind the scenes camera, is on auto mode, so it's gonna keep going up and down between lights. So these are some things that you have to deal with when you're shooting in natural lighting. Is the light changing all the time? If you're shooting manual mode, it's gonna be very hard for you to change it while you're shooting. You're gonna shoot, you gotta go back to the camera. You're gonna shoot, you gotta go back to the camera. You know what I'm saying? So today we're shooting on my Sony a7S III. We have no flashes, no modifiers or nothing, just a raw camera. Sony a7S III. I'm gonna show you guys everything that you need to shoot natural light photography on the Sony a7S III. Let's get it. All right, what's up, you guys, man? So the first thing that you want to do when you see that it's like very bright outside, or you know you're shooting in the natural lighting, what you want to do is you want to use the hand method, man. So for the hand method, you put your hand out as far as you can, extend it in front of you, just like this, right? And you want to turn 360 degrees. You gotta look at your hand to find out where perfect lighting is. As of right now, the lighting is misted and it's diffused because there's clouds in front of the sun. So everywhere it looks like perfect lighting, which is a really good time to shoot, which is right now. But as soon as the light comes out, it's probably gonna come out a little bit. I see it peaking. But as soon as it comes out, when it gets harsher, there we go, it's coming, she's coming. When it gets harsher, you're gonna be able to see the shadow casted on your hand. So you're looking at your hand and you're turning. Wherever the shadow is casted at, when your hand is fully covered by an even light, when you can see an even light on your hand, you know this is a good direction to shoot in. When you don't see an even light and you see harsh shadows within your hands, like if you cuff your hand in and like that, you can see, boom, look, here we go. Here we go, she's coming out. You can start to see harsh shadows. See those harsh shadows on my hands? Harsh shadows on my hands. This is what we're seeing right now, you guys. This is what we're seeing right now, you guys. You see that right there? Look, boom. Right here, you see that? Harsh shadow. Harsh shadow. Even light. All even light right here. Once again, harsh shadow. And you can see the way the shadow is gonna fade. Harsh, very harsh shadow. This is way you do not want to shoot. This way you do want to shoot. Full even light on your hand. Okay, so this is the direction that we chose to shoot in, you guys. So I'm shooting in the way that it showed me that I have even lighting. Negative lighting, positive lighting, right? So go ahead, first thing you want to do is take off your lens cap, of course. ND filters also help a lot. I mostly use them for when I'm filming, but they also help with photography as well, believe it or not. All right, turn the camera on. I'm shooting in manual mode. Actually, I'll shoot in auto to show you guys how auto goes, just to help you guys out a little bit, because I know I got them auto shooters out there. So you want to shoot in auto mode. Hold on. Turn my zebra display off. Here we go. All right, now we're in auto mode. For everybody, the auto boys out there, you know what I'm saying? You're messing with exposure that's changing frequently. Auto mode is probably best for you if you don't know how to use manual mode yet. I can also go into details in a tutorial on that. If you guys leave a like down below, I can do some details on manual mode as well. All right, let's see. So first we're looking like right here. Oh, we're looking good. Hold it. So with the Sony a7S III, what happens is you want to, there's gonna be green dots that pop up. I really can't kind of necessarily show you this, but when you're taking a photo of your subject, there are gonna be green dots that pop up, and these are gonna show you this is your autofocus. So when you're aiming it at your subject, you have all of this light changing frequently, constantly. We're in auto mode right now. We don't have to worry about any of these other things other than just clicking, having it in focus, and capturing the shot, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get it right here nice and clean. And click, hold it. There we go, yep. Make sure you guys are letting it be in focus. Make sure that it's in focus. Nice, clean photos. I'm gonna put these up on the screen right here. As you can see, some very nice, clean photos. If we were to shoot this in the opposite direction, it would not look this good. even on auto mode, things can get blown out, okay? Like I've experienced it and it gets really bad. Like things can really get blown out, so.
Let's take a couple shooting that way so you can show them the difference.
I gotta wait for the light to come back.
Oh yeah?
You see what I'm saying?
Hard.
Like, and that's shooting, and like, the main thing that made this possible was using the hand method, bro. Like using your hand to show you where the even light is gonna be at, so that way you can cast it onto your model's face in an even way, bro. Because if we would have shot sideways, I'm trying to wait for it to come back out so I can show you guys an example of us shooting the opposite direction to show you how it's overexposed. But as of right now, I'm gonna just go ahead and go into manual mode. Those are the auto shots. We're gonna go ahead and do some manual shots. So right now for this lighting, what I want to do is, I'll also show you guys like a little tip too. So okay, for example, look, if you're gonna go ahead, what you want to do is go to auto. Shoot like you're gonna shoot in auto, hold it exactly where you're gonna shoot it for auto, boom, take the picture. Now you can look at all the data on that photo you just took. You had ISO 160, you had f-stop 4.0, and you had your shutter speed at 160, right? So now you can go into manual mode and match these up. This is for the people who don't know how to fully use manual mode on their own and they want to get into using manual mode. Use auto mode first. Don't feel bad, you know what I'm saying? Use auto mode first and then go into manual and adjust as needed, okay? So we have right here ISO 160, we have f-stop 4.0, and then we have, I'm probably gonna change that f-stop to a 2.8 because my lens goes down to 2.8 and I want that bokeh in the back. And then shutter speed 160. So 160, ISO 160, put the ISO down to 160, shutter up to 160, and then I got the f2.8. I'm gonna go to f4 just because that's what the example had for the auto, and we're gonna shoot exactly like that so we can see if we can replicate this photo.
I got a question for you.
Yeah,
right?
what's
so
up?
What metric do you look at to know if something's overexposed or underexposed?
So for me to know if something overexposed or underexposed, I look at the whites. So if I'm looking at the whites in your eyes, or the whites in the sky, or the whites on the floor, whatever the sky light is bouncing off of, I'm looking at that. Even if it's like your highlights of your face. Like a lot of the time if you're shooting with like a brighter skin tone, the highlights of their face will blow out and it'll look overexposed. So when you're looking at those highlights of the light is bouncing off of their face too much, too harsh, then you may need a little bit of shade or wait for the sun to shift again and get diffused by some of the clouds. So now we're just mimicking the auto. It's the exact same that the auto had, but now you're a manual boy. You just used auto and you, as a cheat sheet, you know what I'm saying? You go to auto mode, you use it as a cheat sheet, and then you copy and paste it into manual mode, and now you can move and shift from there. So for example, if I'm now I have an f-stop of 4.0, I wanna go ahead and make that f-stop go down to 2.8, right? If I bring my f-stop down to 2.8, it's not gonna shoot the exact same as it shot before. He's now a little bit overexposed simply because you brought your f-stop down. That's your aperture. Your aperture just went down. Now it's bringing in so much more light, and you don't have your shutter speed and your ISO to compensate for this much light that you're bringing in. So go ahead and bump your shutter speed up a stop, right? You went down, what, 4 stops for the ISO from 4.0 to 2.8. Now go up to 250, right? 250 for your shutter speed, and then bring your ISO up to 200, or you can go down to 125 depending on the skin tone of your subject. So my subject is a little bit on the lighter skin tone, so I'm gonna go down to 125, right? So shift these things as needed. Like I said, if you get lost, go to auto, man. Go to auto and just make sure that you can see all of the metrics and all the data that you need to on this camera, and then copy and paste those exact same ones into manual. A lot of the time people won't know, you know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and then you could use that as a basis, especially if you don't know how to use manual yet. Use this to help you learn manual. This is some things that I did as well when I first started off. I used this auto mode to help me learn manual. We're still in manual, you guys, f2.8. Now look at this, look how much sharper this is, watch. I'm gonna put 2 of these images up right here, one right here and one right here. This is the auto, this is the manual. You see the back of his head, how it's more creamy and it's more diffused, has more of a Gaussian blur to it. This is because I'm shooting in 2.8 versus me shooting in this f4, and this is straight out of camera. I haven't edited anything, I'm not touching anything, I'm giving you guys all raw photos. So we're gonna go ahead right now, I'm gonna show you guys what an overexposed image looks like. I'm gonna false expose it, so I'm gonna overexpose it myself in the camera. And this is what an overexposed image looks like, and then I'm gonna also show you what an underexposed image looks like. So this right here, overexposed the shit, okay? Look at this right here. Okay, this is what it would look like if the sun was out and I was in auto mode and it was too much light hitting all of his highlights. Crazy as hell.
Blown out.
Now I'm gonna show you an underexposed one. Underexposed is entirely too dark. Underexposed, you can barely see the subject. You didn't expose it properly. So you want to make sure that everything is even. Okay, you guys? If you guys want a more in detail video, I can go way deeper in detail of how to shoot auto versus manual, or how to use auto to be able to shoot in manual and stuff like that. This is Fabio. If you guys want to go ahead and check out his channel, man, we're shooting for him right now out here, but I was thinking that we might as well just go ahead and get some dual content in, you guys. So links to all of our gear is down below. Anything else you want to know, leave a comment, leave a like. Please subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, guys. We're almost monetized where we can fully do this craft for free. I love you guys.
It's your boy Big Dude, Big Boogie, CMG business.
Biggest Lexi.
It's your boy Jack, boy.
Call if you the boss. Nigga go to Wacom.
The girl Dreesy.
King said I'm tapping in with taxi on the lens.
If you ain't fucking with taxi, you need a
ride. You did. Take a ride.
Y'all not tapping in with taxi, y'all know what y'all doing.
Hey, shout out to taxi.
Taxi on that nigga taxi.
Taxi on the lens. Spin the block, spin again, nigga. Cause it's taxi on the lens, nigga.